Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Robian Angel. And no one else, actually. I'm doing this new segment called, well, I don't know what it's to be called, but if it's up in the title, you'll see it. What I'm doing here is, just going around the concept that there's been games that I wanted to play that the other two, Shingen and Darkcaster, don't exactly want to do. So, I just tackle it on my own. Hopefully my commentary can actually hold up, as I have no one else to piggyback upon with my jokes. That'll really be something. Anyway, we're playing Sonic 3DBlast. Oh, story. Flickies are mysterious birds. They live in another dimension and can travel anywhere through large rings. Robotnik learns about the Flickies. I will change the Flickies into robots and have them search for the Chaos Emeralds for me. Using their infinite power of the emeralds, I can conquer the world. Later, Sonic visits Flicky Island to see his friends, but the only thing he encounters are robots. Robotnik made my friends like this. I gotta save them. Robotnik must be stopped. Sonic starts to defeat the enemies in order to rescue the Flickies who are trapped inside. Go, Sonic! You can warp through the big rings, and with the help of the Flickies, chase after Robotnik and defeat his evil plans. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the concept of the game. There's really nothing much more to it, it's just Eggman's up to no good, and, well, we can't have that. So, we save our friends and move on. Anyway, we are controlling Sonic in full 3D, well, isometric 3D, but we're getting there. Anyway, as you can see here, we have at least 6 more directions to move in, which makes Sonic quite the slippery fellow. Now, what you want to do is you want to find yourself an enemy, like this little guy right here, and knock him upside the head, grab the Flicky. Now, as you saw in the opening cutscene, the Flickies were following Sonic, and they do so here as well. What you gotta do is you gotta grab as many Flickies as you possibly can, which is up to 5 per level, I believe? Oh no, 5 per area. I'm not going to say zone or act because sometimes acts are layered upon each other and you have to collect 5 more. Now, you want to hold on to these Flickies because should you get hurt, you will lose them, unless you have a shield, and you have to gather again. I'm not going to try and demonstrate because, well, defeating enemies can be rather hard in isometric 3D because it's kind of hard to tell where you're going to land as Sonic, and jumping or running isn't exactly the safest of options. Now, we're not going to hit that shield box just yet, because that happened in the test playthrough, and I forgot to see it coming this time around. Mind you, the test playthrough was no more than 5 minutes ago. Now, you notice I'm trying my hardest to get every ring so far. It's not because I'm paranoid and I want to get so many rings that I get so many lives and that I don't die. It's actually because we go in here and just collect these rings and try to segue into another topic. Oh, look! Sonic and Knuckles one-up theme. Isn't that nice? We could grab this. We could grab this. It's a new shield, specific to this game only. As you can see, it works kind of like a ground pound, but we'll get more into that later. For now, we're going to jump to this cannon, and we're back here, but now Knuckles is here. He's a nice fellow. I mean, after Knuckles is now our buddy. He wants to do a little fisticuffs, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to cash in our money and be teleported to the special zone, where we will collect our Chaos Emeralds. First of all, it heavily borrows from Sonic 2. Where you have to collect as many rings as possible, usually shown with a criteria before you start, and then they'll have you get, before you reach a checkpoint, a little update on how many rings you have to get left. Now, mind you, these are the easiest, and I mean easiest, special stages, possibly in all Sonic's history. As you can see here, I've more than murdered the 80 requirement, and now I'm already at 150. So all I have to do is just not get hit. Well, there goes that. But I still have more than enough rings because thankfully you will not lose all your rings here per hit. Otherwise, it'd be borderline impossible. Maybe. Anyway, we've got our first Chaos Emerald. But there's one little thing. You can't go supersonic. I'm not saying in the whole Genesis thing where you can't go supersonic in stages. I'm just saying you just can't go supersonic. Now, notice how when I hit this spring, the flickies go higher than me. The thing is that if you happen to have multiple flickies on you, you can extend your jump reach and essentially grab that one up. That was higher than possible. Just gonna grab this again because we will be needing shields where we're going because darn it, this game is... it's something. I'll just go out and say this is not my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. And, whoa, that guy almost blindsided me. Let's just leave it at that for now. Anyway, we are in Area 2. We have 5 more flickies to collect, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Those, weird bug-eyed things looking at us. Oh god, oh no, do not want to go down there. Not yet. We want to scope out the area and get this guy first. Now, here's the thing. Areas 1 and Areas 2 are separate areas. However, there'll be some instances where you might end up falling back into Area 1. Now, I haven't memorized the level layout, but I will say that the Area 1 is very much possible to reach. Now, I need more flickies if I want to get that one up. So let's come back later. Hey, hang on. Now, I may be like making a stretch on how old I am here, but you kids remember back when there used to be Sonic ice creams? And, yeah, a little face of Sonic. I mean, the eyes were never, ever at the right spot, but, you know, there's nice little memories there. Now, I can go and cash in my flickies right now, but if I want the highest score possible, you know, score doesn't matter in these games, I can hold on and grab as many flickies as possible to go and extend my score. Now, I do believe that you will get 100, and 200, 400, 800, and finally 1600 on your score. Just like the classic Flicky game in Sega, which I do believe was the original concept for this game, but they eventually just slapped Sonic on the front. Now, I made a dumb mistake there because I didn't even use the power of the shield there to show it off. I probably won't be able to at all, because I do not recall any other instances where that thing pops up. As you can see, I've lost my rings and the flickies. This is where the game can get very tedious, because you have to go and rescue the flickies if you want to finish. Sometimes the flickies will go off in areas where it's ridiculous to get them. Sometimes they will be within reach. Most of the time it's the former. Now, here is the invincibility power, which has a nice little... oh yes, Tails. Tails, I'll come back to you. The only reason why I'm not going to go chill with Tails right now is because, well, I lost a crap ton of rings back there, so I'm going to have to get my ring count back up, go through Area 2, and return to Area 1, so I can go to Tails, and then go back again to Area 2. Let's go find that last enemy, take him out, and hit 50 rings. That's as many rings as you need to go in the special stage. However, you will lose all your rings upon injury. That's something you want to keep in mind. So if you're on like 99, you think, oh, I'll just go to the special stage and come back out with another 100. Oh, don't be so foolish. Anyway, you'll see right there, with the new power I have, oh, speed seekers, I corrected my aerial speed. Oh, we'll see it in passageway. I would have found it much faster. Oh, there it is. Now, upon correcting my aerial trajectory, as one would call it, I was able to hit that enemy, because this acts as a ground pound, nothing of interest is around, but you can indeed hit an enemy. Think of it as the early version of the homing attack. Anyway, moving on to special stage number 2, where again we must collect the Chaos Emeralds by collecting 50 rings for the first part. Now, here's one thing you should notice. These special stages are really easy. You just run and jump, run and jump. I mean, technically that's the same concept slash premise of Sonic 2 ones and Sonic 3. Kind of Sonic 1, but not so much on the running aspect. But it's just really easy. I mean, look how I'm just effortlessly dodging all these things. I kind of paused there because I really thought I was going to smack into something, you know, Murphy's Law and whatnot. But it is not so. We have gotten 216 rings back there, and we've gotten ourselves an emerald. That's 2 emeralds, and still the first act of the first zone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very easy game to complete, and, you know, as soon as we're done, well, Shield's back, and 1-Up is back as well. As soon as we're done with everything, with the chaos mode-wise, this game will go by really fast. I'm gonna go back here and get the better shield. There we go. I'm gonna get as many rings as I can along the way. I'm not gonna try to get too many detours, he said as he went on a pointless spring. Because I do want that bonus. On to Area 2. Again. Kind of reminds you of Super Mario Sunshine, doesn't it? So just go underground and pop up somewhere else. Anyway, we are here at the end of the level. You can tell because of this little X down here. Back before, there's a little hatch that we went through to get to the next area, but we are indeed done! And we will move on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Act 1. I took 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Had I been just a few more seconds in there longer, I probably would have died, had this been a traditional Sonic game. However, since this is Fetch Quest the game starring Sonic the Hedgehog, it is not so. You can spend a long time in here. I think 99 minutes, 99 seconds, oh, I'm sorry, 59 seconds. But don't take me up on that offer because I have not tested it out because I do not have the patience. Well, now you can see here that this is relatively a small area. Oh, almost. Not so. One more should do it. Come on. There we go. It's a relatively small area 1, so we should be able to get that and get to the boss act real soon. One thing that you'll notice, I keep turning around to get lives and everything is, but as many lives as I've collected, my life counter is at 5, and this enemy is giving me hell. Alright. Shield, I will be needing you. Here's the thing about this game. Your lives cap at 5 lives. That being 6, because I think 0 is counted. I think. Don't take me up on that. Well, actually, we might get in a situation, so... Okay. Anyway, lives are capped at 5, so no, you cannot grind for lives, and, well, darn it. Because, why would you do that? And I guess because it's a really easy game, but still, come on. Anyway, we are now in Area 2 of Act 2, Zone 1. And that guy almost killed me. Now, you notice something about the platforming or enemy takeout in this game. It can be kind of stressful at times. I mean, you'll notice that I have wide open fields to just bounce around and hope that I'll eventually land on an enemy. But, let's just take care of that. Get that little cardinal looking Flicky. Yeah, I know my birds. But, little thing is, later acts will not be so lenient with the amount of room that you get. Oh, Speed Sneakers. As you can see, I'm still turning around to curb my momentum just as often, because, gosh darn it, you cannot run this fast and not run into something, like a wall, or this little thing that you, I believe, can destroy? Yes! The only reason why I doubt myself, because sometimes you will need a special power-up or item, or a certain sequence to get through certain walls, which I believe I can demonstrate in the next world. Let's go back into this little hidden area. Oh, it's Tails. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how will we get our third Chaos Emerald, huh? Again, just 50 rings. It's been really easy so far. I mean, sure, I'm jumping more frequently than usual, but not much is different about these special stages. Maybe just a backdrop, but difficulty. Alright. Now I noticed this time that the requirement is up to 80. Not up to 80, but actually 100. And now I'm going to collect some rings. Oh, I lost my train of thought of what I was talking about. Oh yeah, contrary to what you might think, no, you can't fall off the sides. So, there's no way that you just squander it completely. Oh, jeez. I'm watching too many Game Grumps. I'm saying squander now. Speaking of Game Grumps, kind of, well, not bothered or bugged me, but, you know, when they did Sonic 06 also, and, well, overtake us in our progress, because that is just going so smoothly, which I will explain why when we come back to that. Well, it kind of left me a bit disheartened, and now as I start watching my back, like, oh jeez, I hope I don't start stealing their material, or getting accused of that, because, for real, if you see something hilarious, you're gonna repeat it. Sometimes, not even to your knowing. Anyway, interesting tidbit. I'm no longer capped off at, well, 5 lives. It took the game a while to update, but, well, it's different now. By the way, invincibility works just as it should. You won't get hurt. You will also have touch damage on your side. But it's still something. Anyway, I've collected all the flickies. We're gonna max out our score and move on to Area 2. As they say in Mario, let's a go. Oh jeez, this game came out when they were still rivaled. Well, I'm sorry. Mario would say, let's a go. Sonic says, let's rock and roll, dude! Oh, and almost get shot. And that is why you do not want to say 90s sayings in the 2000s. You will almost get shot. Just gonna homing attack that enemy. Which, by the way, homing attack is a godsend in 3D Sonic. Look at that! Oh, shoot. Well, so much for the divine intervention. I think I gotta continue from that. I'm not able to tell how, so I mean, my score isn't displayed at all. And it looked just like a 1-up, so I don't know, what is this game? Okay, I've been here. Let's get that last flicky, shall we? I mean, of course, it's this one flicky somewhere up through the byways. I'm gonna get the shield before I go and try to mess up again. I could really go for another slice of pizza right now. I'm sorry if I don't seem interested in the game at hand. I mean, it can get boring really quickly for those who aren't patient of, well, fetch/escort quests. Here's the thing. You'll notice that the shields are on the flickies as well, except for the last flicky on me. Last flicky's kind of got it at a certain camera angle. Anyway, think about this. Your flickies have their own individual hit points, in a way. If you're running and your trail flickies happens to get harmed, but not you, they will fall off and start wandering around looking for help. You have to go back and get them. It can be particularly annoying when you're in a section that requires... Oh, hang on, boss time. First boss, Eggman, in his Eggomatic, where he carries a homing spike ball. The trick is, first grab rings, you won't need that. Hit Eggman when he goes to pick up his spike ball. That's it. Now getting back to what I was saying about the flickies. It can get particularly annoying when you're trying to max out your score, or just get a flicky home in general. And shoot! I am doing terrible. And then all of a sudden, you lose some on the back trail, so you have to go back into the gauntlet and find them again. Which, by the way, they like get into some really hairy situations. Some will like just tread right above a pit of lava, but we get into that level soon. And it'll be so problematic. By the way, we just taken out the boss, so we are good.